Reverend Dr. William L. Johnson III, and I am so happy to share with you another morning meditation. Every opportunity that we have to encourage each other and to inspire each other is a gift that I can't pass up. And so these moments that we share with these messages hopefully will engage you, support you, and even help you through some of the challenging times in your life, and even in moments in which you find yourself celebrating all that life has brought your way. So, to our morning meditation. Today's morning meditation is entitled, guess what? Getting on with your life. In other words, let me say it another way, getting on with living. I've discovered that over time, we find ourselves, even the best of us, doing all that we can to try to overcome obstacles that have been challenging and difficult along the way. And every now and then we find ourselves getting just a little bit stuck in the mire or the mud of past experiences or fears about what might happen next. And so we kind of get to a standstill. And so this message is for all of us who find ourselves as we turn this corner in the new year and as we approach what is before us, dealing with all that is behind us, how to get unstuck and to get on with living the rest of our lives. I am reminded that to do so, it calls for us to not run away from life, nor to find ourselves trying to run around the obstacles that are before us, but to live in the moments that we're in. There is this reading that I shared with a good friend of mine the other day, and I think it's important. It's from Mark Nepo, one of my favorite writers, as many of you who have subscribed and paid attention to these messages that we offer have heard me speak of before. But this one is entitled Being a Pilgrim, but I just want to share just a few lines for our thoughts today. To journey without being changed is to be a nomad. To change without journeying is to be a chameleon. To journey and to be transformed by the journey is to be a pilgrim. In other words, what I've discovered in life and what I pick up from Mark Nepo's words is that it is one thing to find ourselves on a journey without actually being changed by it, to be in experiences and be in relationships, to work a job, to have a career, to be involved in this larger society and in community and not allow for it to impact our lives. Many of us have found ourselves, like myself, trying to guard ourselves against the onslaught of emotions that come with all of the strange things that are happening around us. There's so much that it can be overwhelming. The response usually is to pull ourselves back away from it and not to experience it as if we were to build a force field around our hearts, around our minds, around our bodies, around ourselves and our families and the things that we care about. But what I would dare say is to do so would put us in a bubble where we no longer experience life and almost in a way of numbing ourselves from things that should bring us joy, that should bring us happiness, that even should engage us to press on to do a little more. Brene Brown offered some words about vulnerability in one of her writings and one of her speeches, as she shared with us and reminded us that you can't numb part of yourself without numbing really important parts of yourself. You can't say, I don't want to deal with this, and not find yourself blocking out a whole part of your life that you really need and really would be beneficial for your life. So today, I want to encourage you to get on with your living. And the first thing, this message that I want to share with you in this installment is get on with living your life by first getting off of the floor. Yep. When life knocks you down, you have to get up off of the floor. It's no secret that boxers in the ring have all found themselves getting hit with punches. That's what it means to be in the ring, to box. You can't just dance around and never get hit. Every now and then, life and obstacles in our life will land a striking blow. Maybe that blow is losing your job. Maybe that blow might be sickness in your body. Maybe that blow might be losing a loved one that you have counted on all your life, the one somebody who's ever loved you may now have gone on. It may be that you found disappointment. You failed a test. You did not get through it. You made some mistakes. You may have found that even in moments in which you have tried your best, that you failed. Life can hit you with a haymaker and knock you to the canvas. But the key is to get up off of the floor. That is the first step before you can get up and do all the things you want to do and all things you imagine you would do, and trying to look back and say, what ground did I lose? How much did I leave behind? First, the first step, my friends, is to get up off of the floor. And so I want to encourage you today to get up off of the floor. Get busy with living your life by first taking the first step of getting back on your feet. For those of us who've been knocked down and knocked out almost, the first part of our lives was to get up off of the floor. I've had some really challenging moments in my life, and I thought that I could not make it. But what I discovered is that the one who created me first encouraged me to get up. It's like being in the fight and your corner is yelling at you and saying, come on, you can do it. You first have to get on your legs. You first have to find your footing. And that may mean just a moment, one day at a time, one step at a time, a prayer here, a conversation there, a smile here, finding something in the course of your day to build your faith on, to build your life on, to remind yourself that you made it. This is why I think it's important to note a thing called reflection, that as much as life is thrown our way, it's good to reflect on not on what you've lost, but what you still have in your hands or in your heart or in your mind. There are some things that you can build on. I have memories that I can build on. I have history that I can build on. I have some friends that I can build on. And if I have nothing else, I take a real good deep breath and exhale and realize I'm still here. And that's where I'll start to get up off of the floor. So I want to encourage you today. If you're in that place, or if you know someone who's in a really rough place, a really rough cycle, as you move from January to February, and people are dealing with all sorts of issues and thoughts and ideas, remind them, don't try to do it all in a day. The first step is to get up off of the floor. And as you start living your life, getting up off of the floor is the first step on your journey. Thank you for giving me your time. I pray that you are inspired and encouraged from this message. And I hope that you'll share it far and wide with friends and loved ones along the way. And even if it just sits with you for a while, who knows? 5 months later, you might really resonate with the message that is being shared with you today. So I want you to know that you're loved, you're appreciated, and you're irreplaceable. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great life. Thanks so much for sharing with us today.